tonight we have a classic of the whiskey world, the bourbon world, that is. We have a product from Heaven Hill, or Evan Williams, that's right, out of Bardstown, Kentucky, US of A, yay, yay. And what product is that? It's the Evan Williams Bottled in Bond. Now, as the name suggests, this is a bourbon. It's a year-round serving. Well, maybe the name doesn't suggest that. Oh, well, it's a bourbon. Anyway, it clocks in at 50% ABV and 100 IBUs. Of course, why? Because it's a bourbon. Now, the mash bill on this product is 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% barley. That sounds pretty freaking awesome. Now, remember what it means to be bottled in bond. We mentioned it's 100 proof, okay? This is the product of one distillation, one distilling season, and one distillery. It's also been aged 4 years under government supervision. That is totally awesome. Bottled in Bond came out, I think it was like 1897, to assure the purity, kind of like the Reinheitsgebot did in Germany for beer. You know, they were adding a lot of stuff to bourbon and saying this was bourbon, or it was a whiskey when it wasn't. So they laid down some more laws, and we came up with Bottled in Bond. So this, I think, is a really awesome value-priced whiskey. Now, I pre-poured it. This is one I definitely like to breathe a little bit. So we've got it in our snifter. Let's see what's up with the appearance as we go into it. Not like you can't see it from the bottle already, but it's a gorgeous caramel, sort of amber color. It's reminiscent of, I guess, clover honey. A lot of these bourbons look, have like that same sort of caramel, golden appearance, but this has some really nice golden glints when you hold it up to the light here. When I swirl it, I'm getting serious alcohol legs tearing down the inside of the glass. It's 50% alcohol or 100 proof, so you're going to get that for sure, but it looks, freaking delicious in my bourbon revival snifter here. Take a look at that, guys. So, you see in the appearance, now it's got to smell good too. So let's see what's up with the aroma. Right up in front, you get a big blast of sweet corn, but it has a decent amount of rye spice as well. I'm getting some vanilla, some barrel char, maybe a little bit of citric notes as well, some honey sweetness. You're getting a decent phenolic sort of blast. I mean, it's 100 proof, so you're going to get that. But it's all about the rye sweetness melding with that corn, the honey sweetness, and that citric note in the background. Maybe a bit of raisin and burnt brown sugar in there as well. Smells really tasty. This is one I've been drinking for a few years. I'm ready to dive into it, guys. Cheers! This is neat. We'll put in a little water in a bit. Right up in front, you get a big hit of that corn sweetness, and then tons of vanilla, oak. You get some tannic notes. I forgot to mention that oak was coming through in the aroma, I guess, as well, because that's what I'm really tasting. For 100 proof spirit, it actually, I don't get any burn in the chest. Maybe I'm just a freaking drunkard or something, but it's super smooth. I mean, this bottle is very, very value priced. I think I paid like $12.99 or something for this 750 ml here, and it drinks super smooth. It goes down nice. It has a nice oily, thick, viscous mouthfeel. Let me take another taste here. As it invades your palate a bit more, you get those citrus notes. After that, the vanilla comes in nice and full. Now that I've taken a bit bigger swig, I'm getting a little bit of warming in the chest, but it's super smooth. Very mouth coating. It's got a dry finish, and it's kind of like medium long finish. I'm getting a lot of that corn, a good bit of barrel char. It's kind of one of those mouth watering sort of inducing spirits, but at 100, 100 proof, you expect that. So I'm gonna drop a bit of water into this now. I just got a few drops into this. We're gonna open it up, maybe a little more. This is 100 proof, so we'll go a few more drops. We got about, 8 or 10 drops. Give it a bit of a swirl. It's not going to change the appearance any. Let's see how it's opened up the nose. A lot more vanilla. A lot more of the barrel notes. That sort of like tannic note from the barrel. The char is coming up a bit more. Also the citrus as well is kind of brightening up. And that rye spice is chasing in the background. It smells even better than the first time. So you know I'm going to drink more. Diving in. Cheers. That's actually brought up the spice from the rye a bit more. Smooth vanilla. Really, actually, incredibly easy drinking for a 50% ABV or 100 proof spirit. After that, the vanilla comes in, actually amplified over the original taste of it. The corn sweetness is mellowed down when you put a bit of water in there. I could see maybe drinking this with a bit of ice, but I don't know. I think the ice would water it down too much. I would go maybe for a whiskey stone in this because it would cool it off. That cooling effect mixed with the water that you can measure in with an eyedropper. I'm a fan of an eyedropper over a spoon because you can get a bit more exact measurement. When you dollop it in, it's like a teaspoon or something. Sometimes you over water that spirit when you don't intend to. But and maybe that gives you an excuse to drink more. I don't know. But let me take another taste. I'm actually getting like a sort of a berry type note as well in the back end, almost like I guess like maybe almost like a raspberry sort of. Let me dive into more. It's sort of a fruity, kind of vanilla laced, like sort of like berry kind of note, like nondescript. I don't know if raspberry. I'm not sure, but super tasty. Value, definitely value price spirit. So, you know what? We got to grade this. So, we got 4 years on it, we got 50% ABV, and we've got extreme value. I think, myself, Evan Williams Bottled in Bond is a great value product. When I was growing up, when I would drink, or when I would drink, I'm drinking now, when I would bake with my Oma and my grandmother from Germany, we would bake a pound cake with whiskey in it. And we always used Evan Williams Black, which is, I guess, the, dumbing down version of this, maybe. And I have fond memories of that. And to me, this really tastes like a true Kentucky bourbon. It's got great flavor front to back. It's value priced, like, extremely. And as an everyday drinker, you cuddle up to a snifter of this, you chill out a little bit, and you get great flavor and great value for the dollar. So that means a lot to me because there's really higher priced bourbons out there that maybe have a bigger flavor profile. If I'm tucking up on a snifter or a nosing glass of Booker's, okay, yeah, I'm gonna say it's got way more complexity. This is just straightforward rye, corn, vanilla notes, oak, a bit of berry and citrus in your face when you put a bit of water in it, and that's it. But it's a great, honest tasting bourbon that has good, true flavor front to back, and I appreciate that. So, you hear I'm kind of digging this. Let's grade it. On the value scale, this is high up there. This is probably like an 8 out of 10 on the value scale for sure. I think I'm going to give this, I'm going to go 89. Super high B+, aging on A-, virgin on A- level. I need more, wait, let me correct that mistake. There you go. That's right, B+, virgin on an A- level. It's a great value. If you haven't had Evan Williams Bottled in Bond, I suggest you try it. If you're a bourbon fan, I really think you'll dig this spirit. If you have had Heaven Hill or Evan Williams Bottled in Bond, let me know what you know, because I definitely, you know what, I love the quid pro quo and the back and forth. That's really awesome to me. And it's also important if you think locally, drink locally, and support the craft spirit movement. I don't know if this is a craft spirit necessarily, because Heaven Hill is a pretty big-ass company, but they are family-owned and operated for generations. So that's pretty awesome. And this says it's since 1783. You know what? You can't be too bad if you're coming back, like, since just after the Revolution. So, like I say, if you've had Heaven Hill or Evan Williams Bottled in Bond, let me know what you know, because I want your opinion too, because that's how I learn more about bourbon. Anyway, so, the next DJs BrewTube, I'm giving this an A-. Please remember to do me a favor and rate, comment, subscribe, especially if this is your first time with us. And what else you got to do? Oh yeah, smash that like button, because that, along with probably only one, maybe two, snifters of Evan Williams Bottled in Bond will definitely put my happy face on. So to the next DJs BrewTube, I got a hella bunch of Evan Williams Bottled in Bond drinking love for you, and you know what's coming. probably ready for it by now, I suspect. What do you want? Oh, that's right. A big pizza!